Our biggest beef with the DAA is they still want to waste or blow 200 million tunnelling under the existing taxiway so that you could get out to nothing on the West Apron. It has been a bugbear of ours with the DAA. But I do have nothing but sympathy for him being messed around by both Fingal County Council and the dopes, third division dopes, being generally the blob in the Department of Transport. Apparently he's upset them by calling out Fingal and delays in the planning process, which deserve to be called out. Because the Department of Transport and or Fingal want him gone, that the board of the DAA are going to blow $1 billion to buying him off, by paying out his contract for the next, I don't know, it's 2 or 3 years. And then the first thing they do is they go out and replace him with somebody else who'll be getting paid $1.2 million over that next 2 or 3 year period as well. And then they'll say, oh, but our costs have risen and we need the regulator to give us higher fees so we can cover these costs. If you look at the board of the DAA, they're generally, it wouldn't be the brightest sandwiches in the picnic basket. The DAA is not a particularly well-run organisation. I think Kenny has at least gone in there and kicked it or knocked heads together. But clearly he'll be very well rewarded for it if they're going to pay him $1.2 million. We just want to make sure if they're paying Kenny $1.2 million, that's being excluded from the DA's cost base, so they're not asking the regulator or the airlines to pay for this over the next couple of years. I'm old and I travel on Ryanair on a very regular basis. In fact, yesterday flew back from Malta to Dublin, and I use the Ryanair app. It is pretty simple, pretty easy to use, but we are going to roll this out on the 13th of November. Nobody will be cut off at the knees if they don't. For the first couple of weeks, I think right through Christmas, we won't have any issues. But it's really probably going to, I suspect we'll really tighten up on it when we get into next summer, for the peak of next summer, with the exception only, I think, of Morocco, where Morocco, for some reason, they still require paper board, and we'll take paper boarding passes there. But nobody will be cut off at the knees. None of the elderly. We'll welcome all the elderly, including myself. I think it has to be in the Ryanair app, but I could be wrong on that. That's probably above my pay grade. I mean, and the other one is, but if your phone, as long as you've checked it, the critical thing is we want people still to have checked in. If you've checked in online before you get there, and you lose your phone, we'll have your name in the system. We will manually board you at the boarding gate. So your phone goes off, you lose your phone gets stolen, not going to make any issue. As long as you've checked in online before you got to the boarding pass, which, by the way, would eliminate all the airport or the check-in fees at airports will also disappear as well. Speaking as one of those older people, I'm now 64, I use the app. There's this myth that, when we first moved from travel agents to the internet and we could only book Ryanair tickets, what will the old people do? Actually, what you find is the old people, first thing they is to get their kids or grandkids to make the bookings for them, and then pretty quickly they're adopting it themselves. The people who jump first on every seat sale we run are old people. They are the ones fucking sitting there hovering. They don't go to concerts anymore, but the minute there's a seat sale on Ryanair, they're in like a bandit, either on their laptop or on their mobile app. And I think it is slightly, patronising, this notion that old people can't and won't move to mobile technology or to the apps. They're already on the apps, and certainly when it comes to travel. They're already on the apps and are on it way ahead of us. The people, which?
Selection bias. You're talking about old people who already have apps.
No, I'm talking about the old people who will have the app if that's the only way they can fly with Ryanair. They will just convert and move, because that's what they do. If we're entering into that time of the year now, late September, October, into November, when a huge amount of our midweek travel is old people going on short. Old people now I describe as anybody over 50. They're all on the kind of midweek breaks, going and so they're time they are time rich. They have time and money and resort to go off on midweek, take advantage of hotel rates and deals, all the rest of it. I don't have any truck with it at all. And I speak as one of those old people who happily uses the Ryanair app, and I actually was able to load it myself. Like it's very simple, and this is the way the world is going. My mother, who is now 86, is a frequent user of the Ryanair app and all the rest of that as well. So if she can do it, so can anybody else.